timer, but
Can you not see the timer?
there we go. I see it.
Why'd you want the timer so like
Well,
desperately?
just so I don't want to ramble.
Oh, geez, it's already started. The annoyance level is already at its maximum.
I do not want to ramble. I'm on Adderall. God knows how long you go for.
All right. Um, all right. So this is the trailer, not the first episode yet. It's not the launch episode, but it is the trailer we're making for our new podcast, Kev, the Two Balls, One Hoop podcast. It's an NBA podcast hosted by me. My name's Ev. We have Kev on here. Kev,
How's it going, guys?
you go by a plethora of names. Kev,
Yeah, I have
Kevin.
many aliases, but classically, you've been calling me Kevin for my entire life. So
I call you what your parents call you, Kevin.
exactly.
But yeah, so the name Two Balls, One Hoop. We're kind of coming up with names. We really didn't put much thought into it. I think I asked Kevin, what should we say? What should we call the podcast? Kev, you were just like Two Balls, One Hoop. And I mean, not many other options on the table. We just kind of did that. So
Listen,
hopefully,
every podcast name has basically been taken, and everyone knows what we're referring to when we say two balls, one hoop. But I think it has a good ring to it.
and
And
and the thing, like when you said it to me, I thought immediately about how you've just disrupted my life the entire time I've known you. Now, a little backstory. Don't make that face for the people watching this. Don't make the face. Now, I've known you for over 15 years or about 15 years, which is quite a long time.
it's crazy to say.
Like a little too long of a time, if I'm being honest. Now, if you picture this analogy, now I'm going to try and make this make sense. Probably won't work, but just listen, bear with me here. I'm shooting basketball, shooting some hoop, as the kids say, out at a basketball park. I'm all alone. There's a million hoops around. It's going great. I feel free. The stroke's flowing. And all of a sudden, I'm shooting, and then this other ball just starts shooting on my hoop. It's like when someone walks and comes right next to you and pees in the urinal next to you, and there's so many urinals. That's like Kev right now. So that's what the two balls, one hoop is. I'm all alone. I'm enjoying my time. Kev walks over and just absolutely disrupts my freedom. You're trying to shoot the ball, and all of a sudden my ball's hitting his ball, and he's just throwing me through a loop here. So that's kind of like why when you said the name Two Balls, One Hoop, I was kind of like, oh, click, light bulb, light up. Here we go. Makes sense because you've been doing that to me forever. Now, I can't remember the
Uh,
last time I saw you shoot a basketball. So again, it's an analogy, not
well,
a
the last
fact.
time I shot a basketball was last night when I played 2K21.
That
And
was a real good joke.
thank you very much. Well, you never said physically. Uh, and revise that peeing in the urinal next to you story to more like, hey, Kev, come pee in the urinal next to me because I really want to force myself to be your friend, and that's how we really ended up friends. But that's a story for another day.
It
But
is.
yeah,
I'll give you credit there. I literally forced you to be my best friend in sixth grade.
yeah,
That is a
without my
story.
consent.
That's a story, though. We'll tell it another
Right.
time.
I still haven't given my consent, so we might not even technically be really be friends. But yeah, it has been a long time since I've shot a basketball. But God, do I love talking about basketball, and that's why we're here.
Yeah, and it's fitting. I think that we're both, I mean, I'm just smarter about basketball. Like we can make that clear. So I'm the bigger like hoop head, but at the same time, I think we're both, let it fly enough that we're not just X's and O's and like stats guys. Like we're fully able to back our ideas, whether they're right like mine are or wrong like yours usually are, and get into a full debate about it. So I think
I
we're
didn't know we were going to come in tonight taking shots at Kevin's uh, analytics and his basketball IQ all of a sudden. But okay, I guess that's the route we're going to take.
I
Keep
mean,
in
the
mind, I might as well have come out of the womb with a mini basketball in my hand, just dribbling it around. I mean,
what are you talking about? Why?
I just live and breathe basketball. You don't need to play skip. Hey, listen, Skip Bayless averaged 1.4 points in high school, and that dude cannot stop talking about how much he hates LeBron James. So nothing's stopping me.
Do you hate LeBron James?
Absolutely, with a
People
passion.
seeing the the podcast artwork probably already know that you have the LeBron's a bitch shirt in the artwork.
Yes, that is not by mistake. That is there with a purpose, and I'd like it to be known to the public that yes, indeed, I'm not a fan of LeBron James.
In the trailer.
As good of a guy he might be off the court, which is not what I'm talking about. On the court, different story.
All right, whatever you say, but I just don't. I don't know about the whole basketball out of the womb, blah blah blah. Like you literally, Skip Bayless, you said averaged 1 point something. You never even played organized basketball.
Yeah, but like, I mean, neither did. You think Brian Windhorst played basketball? Guy's following LeBron James around like he's stuck to him like venom. I mean, I don't know where the venom thing came from, but he's stuck to him like a leech. I mean, the guy just lives and breathes LeBron James in basketball.
Okay. And you think he stinks at his job, correct?
No, I just think he looks. I just think he looks like an even more obese Jonah Hill.
Okay. That's completely
Sorry,
fair.
Brian Windhorst. If we ever have him as a guest on the show, please cut this.
So I have the list going. We got to get rid of that one. Check him off. I
Yeah,
feel like
Windhorst
you're
is
just
off
gonna
the list.
slowly dwindle our guests list that we have, and we do have some big names I think we have access to. Let's not say any of them here. We're not going to tease them.
Yeah, we're not going to give it away, but we do have some people that will be coming down the pipeline where we think you guys, as our new listeners, will enjoy tremendously.
Yeah, and again, just to kind of further, this podcast is not your buttoned up suit and tie basketball podcast. You know, it's Kevin and I, like I said, we've been best friends for 15 years. We want to have fun, and I think that this is going to be our outlet to do that. And in turn, it's going to be you guys as listeners, your outlet to be able to interact with that. We'll have voicemails later on, getting that set up. Our Twitter, you can interact with us on there. It's 2balls1hoop is the handle. I think that that's going to be, a crucial piece of this, being able to involve others. Because, like I said, we're not the unreachables, we're not the untouchables. Like, this is going to be a community. It's going to be fun, and I'm going to get a lot of arguments won on this podcast, so that's going to be cool. But yeah.
Yeah, because even though, I mean, we're both Celtics fans, both grew up around Boston and Massachusetts our whole lives, uh, we disagree on a lot basketball wise. So you're not gonna sit here and listen to the whole Dino Raja of the '93 Celtics was the greatest draft pick we ever made of all time. Talk. That's not gonna happen here. We are gonna and Dino Raja. I don't even know why I pulled his name out of the hat. But we're gonna have a lot of different opinions, and we're not gonna sit here like a bunch of analytic people and be like, "Well, 3-point percentage from Synergy.com." Listen,
His
no.
efficiency rating. I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
if someone mentions player efficiency rating to me, I'm gonna throw them out the window. That is the dumbest stat. Or win shares. What is a win share? Like, who
Wins
cares?
above replacement.
What is that? Baseball?
I mean,
Yeah,
probably.
that's gotta yeah,
Probably.
baseball. Yeah, that is definitely a baseball stat. You're not gonna get any of that crap. You're gonna get authentic opinions that you may or may not like.
Oh, they'll like them if they're from
Uh,
me.
well, yeah, hopefully they do like them.
Yeah.
Hopefully our future sponsors love them.
But one of these opinions, I guess that we can just like touch on it. We're not going to get into it, but Kev thinks that Michael Jordan was an off-ball player. That's it. Hey,
Listen, let's not lie to the listeners. The first episode, not everyone was privy to our conversation. It somehow went to the fact that I said Michael Jordan was also a great off-ball player, which he was, but I did not say he's solely. But again, you're going to get stuff like this all the time here. Like I have obscure thoughts, many of them correct, some of them admittedly wrong, but at least I'll admit when I'm wrong.
admittedly wrong.
Sometimes
No. You're the most stubborn person I've probably ever met in my entire life. And seeing as we're not in the same room probably for the majority of these episodes, since you live in Chicago, we'll probably do some
that's
in-person
true.
episodes as we get going, but you're even more stubborn through a camera. Like, I
That's
can't
true.
get to you. So,
I can't disagree with that. I won't be stubborn on that. I am very stubborn, but hopefully that doesn't piss too many people off here.
well, it's going to piss off one. I can guarantee that. So, but
That's true.
I'm sure the
That's the
feeling will be
that's
mutual.
the entertainment aspect.
That's going to be the fun of this podcast. So hopefully you guys are ready to, join forces with us, get listening to it, subscribing on Apple Podcasts, subscribing or following on Spotify. We do have the Twitter going right now. We'll get some content up there shortly, but it's 2balls1hoop, the numbers being 2 and 1, not spelled out. And Kev, where can they find you, cutie?
Admittedly, I do not even remember my Twitter handle, and that's shame on me because I had to change it for work purposes, so it's not my name. But I will find that out, and I will put it at the beginning of the next episode. And this is a terrible job by me, but not even remembering it.
Oh my God. Didn't do his homework.
Maybe even a worse job by the host by not having it as backup on his information sheet in front of
Kev
him.
underscore,
But
yeah, 75. Okay, yeah, you were
there
saying?
we go. Okay, yeah, you can find me there. And again, we're going to have plenty of different topics at hand soon, plenty of different little concepts that we're going to play with. And definitely look forward to the guests we're gonna have because we will line them up and you guys will find it beneficial and
Yes,
entertaining.
sir. And my Twitter is at EvGuyBoston. Check me out if you want to see the right half of this podcast and not the craziness of Kev. So we will talk to you guys in the episode. We're launching probably in, how many days would you say? 10 to 14 days if you had to put your
Within a couple weeks.
yeah.
I will sound a lot better than this because I have an official mic as well. Not as fancy as his, but it's better than what I currently have, which is nothing. And we will put together something and get it out to you guys pretty soon within the
Yeah.
next couple weeks.
So again, yeah, if you're listening, subscribe on Apple, follow on Spotify, and if you're watching, we're gonna get a YouTube going for this as well. It is Two Balls One Hoop on YouTube, so subscribe there, like the video, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the show because Kevin and I are definitely excited.
Absolutely. We'll see you guys soon.